Yo, what is going on, guys? My name's Save Ice. Welcome back to another video, and this is gonna start a brand new series on my channel where basically you guys comment down below any questions that you have about how you could get better at Modern Warfare Remastered and play more consistently, or just questions about the game or whatever. And that's basically just what I want to do with this series. Have you guys comment whatever tips you need, and I will try my best to explain that to you in the next video. And of course, this video I'm not going to have any tips because I'm just starting the series. But anyways, I want you guys to all comment down below what your biggest struggle is in Modern Warfare Remastered, and any questions that you have about the game. And in the very next video, I will do my best to try and answer those questions. But anyways, in this first video, the gameplay is really not all that great. I just went like double positive or something like that, and I was just playing on Chinatown. And what I'm gonna do is I'm basically just gonna give you some general big tips before we start this out, and problems that pretty much everyone has. So one thing that I'm gonna point out first and foremost is everyone needs to quit throwing just random grenades. It's one thing if you know that the enemy is rushing you, like this grenade right here. It didn't do anything for me but waste my grenade and my stun. It was absolutely pointless, and that's one of the biggest things that I struggle with. I'm just in the habit of just throwing random grenades that don't do anything for me, and they don't help me whatsoever. In fact, all that they do is hurt me. In Search and Destroy, throwing like pre-nades or whatever, or at the start of a match, that's one thing. But just halfway through the match, just chucking a nade and hoping for the best, that's another thing. And that's gonna be the follow-up to my next thing. I would recommend that you not run frag times 3 or stun times 3 or tactical times 3 or whatever if you're trying to get better. See, here I go again, just throwing random crap, just wasting everything I got. But I would recommend not running frag times 3, because on all of your lives, one of your biggest things is going to be wanting to throw all of your nades, and you're just going to be randomly throwing them hoping for the best. And yeah, it might get you some kills, but it's not making you any better. It's only making you worse. And that's why I never run frag times 3. I have it on like one class setup, and that's just the class setup that I use when I'm just like really frustrated or something, and I'm just getting annoyed by the people on the other team. Maybe if like all of them are using frag times 3, I might switch to that class, and that's also my off the radar class in case they call in a UAV and I need to switch. But I would not run frag or tactical times 3 because that's just gonna make you worse. I would run Bandolier on pretty much all of my classes, except on if you have an MP5 with an M9, because those share the same ammo. So it's basically like having Bandolier, and you could run RPGs or Bomb Squad or Claymores or whatever. But I would just run Bandolier on all of my classes. It'll help you if you get a good kill streak going, and it'll help you not to rely on your perk ones as much, because you really shouldn't need to rely on any perk. You should be able to do good with any perk that you have in the bag. You should be able to do just as good with Juggernaut. Well, not just as good, because it might not be your playstyle, but you should be able to do good with Juggernaut, as well as Stopping Power, and even something like Sleight of Hand. You can't just be running around with these perks that you need on all of your classes, because that's just not good if you're gonna have to put one perk on every single class. I mean, yeah, I run Bandolier on every class, but mostly that's just because in competitive you have to run Bandolier, so I don't want to get used to maybe putting down my claymores or chucking a bunch of frags all over the place, like I was saying earlier. And one thing that I'm also gonna point out in this video is you always want to check your corners. Never sprint through doorways. And if you're ever going by like a good camping spot that people camping a lot, always check it, because you never want to be on a 7 kill streak or something, bam, there's a camper. So what you're going to want to do is, when you're going through building or whatever, you're gonna want to aim at one side of the door and then just kind of strafe around it while continuously moving your gun either way. It's kind of hard to explain, but if you guys know what I'm talking about. But basically, you've just gotta check every single corner, check every single doorways, and never be caught with your gun down, because if you're caught in the sprint and someone is either not sprinting or they're aiming down their sights, you're gonna lose that gunfight every time. And the same goes for the other way around. If you're aiming down your sights and the other person is not, or if you are not sprinting and they are, you're gonna win that gunfight every time. See, like, I just killed that guy there. He didn't even have time to react because he was sprinting and I was looking down my sights. It's as simple as that. And so that's what you're gonna want to do every time you think you might get in a gunfight. Be aiming down your sight. I mean, I know a lot of you might do that, but some of you might be new to the game, especially new to these older Call of Duties, where it relies a whole lot more on gun skill and a whole lot less on how good you can fly through the air. And in these Call of Duties with the boots on the ground, you're not gonna win a 1v3 gunfight. You might get lucky and get a double kill, but 9 times out of 10, if it's 2 people and you're by yourself, you're not gonna win that gunfight, because the time to kill in this game is pretty fast, and it'll only take about 3 to 4 bullets from any given gun in the game to kill you. So that's why you're always gonna want to be aiming down your sights whenever you might see an enemy and whenever you think you might get in a gunfight. But anyways, before I end the video, I would like to remind you once again to leave your questions down in the comment section. Any struggles you might be having. You might have a lower KD than you like. You might have a lower score per minute than you like. You might just not be getting as many kills as you like, or whatever. Any questions that you guys have on how to get better at Call of Duty, or any struggles that you have, you guys need to comment that down below, and hopefully I can get to every question that is commented before I make the next episode. And if your question is not included in the next episode, then I will try to include it in the one after that if we can keep this series going. But anyways, thank you guys so much for watching this video, and please leave a like on it. It would help me out a lot. And if you're new to the channel, then make sure to go ahead and subscribe. Peace.
Woo!